The 80-20 Principle, Mastering the Art of Maximum Results with Minimal Effort. Introduction. Unlocking the Power of 80 of 20. Imagine achieving more by doing less, succeeding by focusing on only a fraction of what most people believe is necessary, and experiencing greater satisfaction by letting go of unimportant distractions. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's the promise of the 80-20 principle. First discovered by Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto in the late 19th century, the principle observed that 80% of land in Italy was owned by 20% of the population. Soon, Pareto and others realized this pattern of imbalance, where a small percentage of inputs consistently produces a majority of the outcomes, applies across almost all areas of life. Today, we call this the 80-20 principle, or Pareto's law, and we've only just begun to realize its potential for transforming our lives. The 80-20 principle holds that in virtually any scenario, 80% of results come from just 20% of efforts. It suggests that a small number of tasks, investments, habits, or relationships yield the majority of outcomes, while the rest contribute relatively little. When we understand and harness this principle, we can tap into a life of effortless excellence, where success isn't synonymous with hard work or relentless activity. Instead, by identifying the high-impact activities, relationships, and actions that align with our core strengths and values, we can create a life where we achieve more by focusing less. What is the 80-20 principle and why does it matter? At its core, the 80-20 principle is about identifying what matters most and focusing on it relentlessly. When Pareto made his discovery, he was simply trying to understand wealth distribution. Since then, however, his observation has come to illustrate a universal truth: in every field, from business and finance to health, relationships, and creativity, a minority of efforts lead to the majority of outcomes. The importance of this concept cannot be overstated. If 20% of your tasks generate 80% of your career success, would it make sense to focus on the other 80% of low-impact work? And if 20% of the people you spend time with bring you 80% of your happiness, would it be wise to prioritize that small group over others? Most of us don't ask these questions. We assume that all tasks, relationships, and goals are equally important. But the 80-20 principle shows that the opposite is true. Not only is not everything created equal, but the difference in impact is so stark that ignoring this principle can mean wasting most of our time, energy, and resources. The science of effort versus impact. Why does the 80-20 principle work? At first glance, it might seem counterintuitive. Wouldn't effort and results have a more balanced relationship? The reason they don't is rooted in a combination of psychological, behavioral, and statistical factors. Our brains are wired to prioritize busy work because it gives us a sense of accomplishment, even if it doesn't move us closer to our goals. Meanwhile, the few activities that make a significant difference, like strategic planning, important conversations, or key investments, often require more focus, decision-making, and discomfort. This tendency to favor low-impact activities dilutes our potential impact and leaves us feeling overworked yet unfulfilled. Behavioral psychology also shows that our brains are biased toward what's in front of us, what we already know, or what seems urgent. This often keeps us from seeing the handful of actions or decisions that yield substantial, compounding benefits. By acknowledging and challenging these biases, we can begin to rewire our thinking, using the 80-20 principle to make decisions based on value rather than proximity or ease. Living effortlessly, the promise of the 80-20 lifestyle. Imagine being able to identify the critical 20% that would allow you to succeed with minimal effort. A life guided by the 80-20 principle isn't about avoiding work, it's about being smarter and more intentional with it. Instead of spreading yourself thin and chasing every opportunity, you learn to direct your time and energy toward high-impact actions that yield outsized rewards. By focusing on the essential few, we not only free ourselves from unnecessary tasks but also unlock a new level of excellence. Living effortlessly is not about cutting corners or being lazy, it's about understanding what genuinely moves the needle. Take health and fitness, for instance. While many people might assume they need intense daily workouts and strict diets to be fit, 80-20 thinking reveals that a few targeted practices, like regular walking, prioritizing nutrient-dense foods, and a few effective exercises, can provide the majority of the benefits with much less effort. The same holds true in other areas, whether it's focusing on a few critical career moves instead of exhaustive hours in the office, or prioritizing relationships that enrich our lives instead of trying to keep up with everyone. How to harness the 80-20 principle for a better life. As you delve into this book, you'll learn practical strategies for identifying and applying the 80-20 principle across all facets of life: productivity, career, finances, health, relationships, and personal growth. Each chapter will walk you through methods for auditing your efforts, eliminating the trivial, and focusing on the impactful. You'll learn tools like personal audits to uncover your most productive activities, delegation techniques to free up your time, and prioritization methods that keep you on the path of highest impact. For example, when it comes to work, adopting the 80-20 principle might mean streamlining projects and focusing on high-impact goals rather than trying to do it all. In finances, it could mean reallocating resources to investments that yield the highest returns with minimal management. For personal relationships, the principle might encourage us to invest our energy in the few people who contribute to our happiness and growth, rather than spreading ourselves thin. And in our creative pursuits, it can help us focus on the projects that bring us the most fulfillment and recognition, rather than trying to master every skill. A guide to lifelong effortless excellence. By adopting the 80-20 mindset, you'll gradually build a life of alignment and fulfillment, one that's free from the clutter and stress that come with chasing every opportunity. A life of effortless excellence is about living in alignment with what truly matters, focusing on areas that yield high returns, and letting go of distractions that drain your energy and divert you from your goals. The journey of the 80-20 lifestyle isn't a one-time change, it's a way of continually refining, re-evaluating, and reapplying the principle to adapt to your evolving goals and circumstances. This book is designed to be a practical and insightful guide on that journey, offering tools, exercises, and actionable strategies that allow you to simplify, amplify, and optimize every area of your life. In a world that often glorifies the hustle mentality, the 80-20 principle offers an alternative path, one that values smart work over hard work, impact over activity, and quality over quantity. Embracing this philosophy will empower you to unlock your full potential with far less struggle and stress. The goal is not only to achieve but to achieve with intention, making space for what brings joy, purpose, and meaning into your life. So, as you turn the page and begin exploring the applications of the 80-20 principle, be ready to challenge assumptions, drop the non-essentials, and create a life where excellence comes naturally, even effortlessly. This is the power of the 80-20 mindset. It doesn't just lead to more success, it leads to a richer, more meaningful life. Chapter 1. The Origins of 80-20, From Economics to Excellence. The 80-20 principle, also known as Pareto's law, is a deceptively simple concept that has reshaped our understanding of productivity, wealth distribution, and even life itself. The principle tells us that 80% of outcomes stem from 20% of efforts. Though it may sound abstract, this ratio describes an essential truth about the nature of success and fulfillment. Not all actions yield equal results, and a small number of high-impact activities or choices can yield a disproportionately large effect on our goals. This chapter delves into the origins of the 80-20 principle, exploring its roots in economics, its spread into various fields, and the reasons why it remains so universally relevant. Pareto's discovery: How an economist uncovered a universal law. The 80-20 principle originated from the work of Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto, who lived in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. While studying patterns of wealth and land ownership in Italy, Pareto observed a startling imbalance: approximately 80% of land was owned by just 20% of the population. Intrigued, he expanded his research and found this distribution pattern applied across other countries, revealing that wealth often concentrated within a small segment of society. But Pareto's discovery went beyond economics. He realized that this principle of uneven distribution applied to various natural and social phenomena. For instance, in his garden, he noted that 20% of the pea plants produced 80% of the healthiest pods. The principle seemed universal, illustrating that in any system, a small number of causes, inputs, or efforts usually accounted for the majority of results, effects, or rewards. Pareto's observations weren't fully appreciated until years later when business thinkers began applying his insights to management, quality control, and productivity. In time, his work evolved into a guiding principle not only for understanding economics but also for improving efficiency, reducing waste, and maximizing impact in almost any field. From theory to practice, the spread of 80/20ths into management and beyond. In the decades following Pareto's discovery, the 80/20 principle gained traction, especially in business and management. In the 1940s, quality control expert Joseph M. Uran recognized the applicability of Pareto's insight in his own field. Uran, who would later become one of the most influential figures in quality management, coined the term, the vital few and the trivial many, to describe the concept that only a few factors contribute significantly to outcomes, while the majority of factors have a relatively minor impact. Uran used this principle to revolutionize quality control in manufacturing, focusing on identifying and eliminating the small number of defects or inefficiencies that caused the majority of problems. His work contributed to the rise of total quality management, TQM, and lean manufacturing, philosophies that emphasize efficiency, waste reduction, and continuous improvement by identifying the few high-impact factors and addressing them intensively. Gradually, the 80/20 principle made its way into every corner of the business world. Marketers discovered that 80% of sales often came from 20% of customers. Managers found that 80% of productivity issues stemmed from a small number of systemic flaws. In sales, studies showed that 80% of profits frequently came from just 20% of products or services offered. Today, the 80/20 principle serves as a foundational concept in operations, management, marketing, and entrepreneurship. Why the 80/20 principle works universally. The 80/20 principle is not just an economic theory, it's a statistical reality that can be observed in nearly all aspects of life. This phenomenon, known as a power law distribution, reflects the tendency for a minority of inputs to generate a majority of outputs. Power laws exist everywhere, in nature, wealth distribution, traffic flow, website usage, and even social networks. Why does this pattern emerge across such diverse areas? Part of the answer lies in the way systems naturally organize themselves. In any environment, a small number of high-value elements tend to attract more resources, attention, or influence. This clustering effect is often reinforced over time, creating a compounding loop where high-impact elements continue to yield outsized results. For instance, in social networks, popular accounts attract more followers, and in business, high-performing products generate more market share. The principle also works on a psychological level. Humans tend to seek comfort and familiarity, gravitating toward the routines and methods that yield positive outcomes, while discarding low-impact actions. Over time, this natural inclination to double down on successful behaviors results in a concentrated set of actions that drive the majority of positive outcomes. Once we recognize this pattern, we can actively apply it by identifying high-impact activities in advance, consciously focusing on them, and eliminating low-impact distractions. The power of applying 80/20ths to everyday life. While the origins of the 80/20 principle lie in economics, its applications extend far beyond any single field. Here are a few examples illustrating how the principle can shape various areas of life. Work and productivity. In the workplace, 80% of value often comes from 20% of efforts. By identifying the tasks that generate the most significant results, we can focus on these high-impact activities, minimizing time spent on tasks that contribute little to overall goals. For example, if 20% of a salesperson's clients generate 80% of their revenue, focusing on nurturing those key relationships can yield significant gains. Health and fitness. In health, not all exercises or habits yield the same benefits. Instead of a grueling daily workout, focusing on a few core activities that boost health, like walking, weight training, and balanced eating, can deliver most of the benefits. This approach encourages sustainable health without the burnout or unsustainable routines that come from trying to do everything. Finances. Financial success often follows the 80-20 rule as well. A small number of key investments or spending choices are likely to yield the majority of financial stability or growth. This principle suggests prioritizing investments with a history of stable returns and controlling high-impact expenses to maximize savings. Relationships. Not all relationships contribute equally to happiness. A few key relationships, whether with friends, family, or mentors, often provide most of our support, joy, and inspiration. Focusing on nurturing these connections can lead to a more fulfilling social life and emotional well-being, freeing us from trying to maintain numerous less impactful relationships. Personal development. The 80-20 principle applies to personal growth as well. A small number of personal development practices, such as regular reflection, goal setting, and mindfulness, can yield significant growth and satisfaction. By focusing on these core practices, one can avoid the burnout and confusion that comes from trying to incorporate every new trend or habit. Why the 80-20 principle matters today more than ever. In a world that increasingly glorifies busyness, the 80-20 principle offers a refreshing antidote. Rather than emphasizing more, it champions better, the notion that we can achieve much more with less effort by focusing on what truly matters. Today, people are inundated with information, activities, and commitments that can feel overwhelming. The 80-20 principle provides a roadmap for cutting through the noise and focusing on the essential. As you continue through this book, you'll learn how to apply the 80-20 principle in various areas of life, how to identify your vital few activities, and how to structure your time, resources, and relationships around these high-impact elements. Embracing this approach requires a shift in mindset, where success is not about doing more but about choosing wisely. The next chapter will guide you through practical techniques for identifying your high-impact 20%, offering you tools to pinpoint the actions, choices, and relationships that drive your best results. By mastering this skill, you'll be well on your way to unlocking effortless excellence in your personal and professional life, laying a foundation for success that grows with minimal effort. The journey of the 80-20 principle begins with this understanding of imbalance, that small changes, focused efforts, and intentional choices can yield extraordinary results. Armed with this knowledge, you can design a life where excellence becomes not just achievable but sustainable, and where simplicity, purpose, and fulfillment become the guiding principles of your everyday decisions. Chapter 2. Identifying your high-impact 20%. The 80-20 principle is a powerful framework, but applying it starts with identifying which specific actions, relationships, and resources fall into that critical 20% that generates 80% of our results. This chapter will guide you through recognizing and harnessing your most impactful actions by using strategies to conduct personal audits, assess activities, and refine your focus. By learning to identify and amplify your vital few, you can minimize distractions and maximize meaningful results. Discovering your core tasks. The first step in applying the 80-20 principle is to identify the actions or tasks that yield the majority of your desired outcomes. Whether in work, health, or relationships, most of us waste significant time and energy on activities that yield little benefit. By discerning your high-impact tasks, you'll focus on what truly matters and eliminate or delegate the rest. Define your goals clearly. Before you can identify which tasks are most impactful, it's essential to clarify your primary objectives. For example, if you're applying the 80-20 principle to your career, define specific goals such as increasing revenue, expanding your network, or building specific skills. In health, it could mean maintaining a certain level of fitness or achieving mental well-being. Clear goals give you a benchmark to determine which tasks align closely with achieving them. Use data to evaluate effectiveness. Start tracking your daily activities and outcomes to gather data on what produces the best results. For instance, if your goal is to boost productivity at work, you might track time spent on different projects and the output or success rate of each. In a sales role, this could mean tracking customer interactions and revenue generated. This data can reveal which actions correlate with the highest returns and allow you to identify trends or patterns in your behavior. Identify your vital few tasks. Once you have data on your activities, look for the vital few, the 20% of tasks that consistently yield the most significant results. These tasks often share certain characteristics: they require focused attention, utilize your core strengths, and directly contribute to your goals. For example, if you're an entrepreneur, you may find that strategic planning and networking produce 80% of your business growth, whereas other tasks, such as administrative work, contribute very little to the bottom line. Prioritize and delegate low-impact tasks. After identifying high-impact tasks, examine what remains, the trivial many. These are the tasks that, while often necessary, produce limited results relative to the time and effort they require. Examples include routine emails, minor administrative tasks, or low-priority meetings. To free up time and energy, consider automating, delegating, or even eliminating these low-impact tasks. For instance, administrative tasks might be outsourced, and minor meetings could be reduced or replaced with brief email updates. Audit and Analysis, tools to uncover your 20%. Conducting a personal audit is an effective way to uncover which aspects of your routine fall into the high-impact 20% and which fall into the low-impact 80%. This analysis is best done periodically, quarterly, biannually, or yearly, to stay aligned with changing goals and responsibilities. Here are some tools and methods for a thorough audit. Time tracking and task analysis. Time tracking tools, such as Rescue Time, Toggle, or Clockify, allow you to log and categorize your tasks. By analyzing time spent across different categories, you can identify where you're investing most of your energy and whether it aligns with your goals. For instance, if you find that half your day goes to activities that don't directly advance your objectives, this reveals an opportunity to reallocate time toward higher-impact tasks. Personal SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis, typically used in business to identify strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, can be adapted to evaluate your personal and professional life. Conducting a personal SWOT analysis helps clarify what your core strengths are and which areas may need improvement or delegation. For example, strengths could include public speaking or strategic thinking, while weaknesses might be handling routine paperwork. With this information, you can focus on leveraging strengths and offloading tasks that don't make the best use of your skills. Pareto charting. A Pareto chart visually represents the distribution of your results across different activities. For instance, you might create a chart showing the results of various tasks, such as sales calls, client meetings, and marketing campaigns. By plotting these activities, you can quickly see which ones produce the majority of your results and, conversely, which ones yield little return. This visual approach makes it easier to decide which tasks to prioritize and which to minimize or eliminate. Journaling and reflection. Maintaining a journal of your daily accomplishments and reflections can reveal unexpected insights. By noting what worked well and what didn't, you create a record that lets you identify recurring high-impact actions over time. Reflection doesn't need to be lengthy, a few minutes each day or a weekly summary can suffice. Over time, patterns will emerge, making it clear which activities consistently contribute to your goals. The power of focus, achieving more by doing less. Once you've identified the high-impact tasks that contribute most to your results, the next step is to focus on these tasks with undivided attention. In our multitasking world, it's easy to get pulled in different directions, diluting our efforts and limiting our effectiveness. However, by concentrating on a few key activities, you amplify your results and progress. Batching and time blocking. Batching similar tasks together, such as responding to emails or conducting meetings, helps eliminate the productivity costs associated with task switching. By setting aside specific time blocks for high-impact activities, you create an environment where you can work with minimal interruption. For instance, if your high-impact task is content creation, dedicating a block of uninterrupted time each day to writing or brainstorming ensures you can operate at peak productivity. Setting boundaries around low-impact tasks. Part of focusing effectively on your high-impact tasks involves creating boundaries that prevent low-impact activities from intruding. For example, you might limit checking emails to twice a day or setting specific times for administrative tasks. By reducing the frequency and urgency of these tasks, you reduce mental clutter and preserve energy for high-impact work. Developing a deep work routine. Deep work, a concept championed by productivity expert Cal Newport, involves creating periods of intense focus on cognitively demanding tasks. Deep work is particularly suited to high-impact activities that require creativity or complex problem-solving, such as strategic planning or content creation. Designating deep work time in your schedule can help you consistently focus on your most valuable tasks, producing high-quality results in a shorter period. Harnessing momentum. Focused effort on high-impact tasks often creates a snowball effect, where small successes build upon each other and accelerate progress. This momentum makes it easier to achieve future goals and brings greater clarity to which tasks truly matter. For instance, once you've identified that 20% of clients account for most of your sales, you can prioritize nurturing those relationships, leading to compounding benefits over time. Using the 80-20 principle to reassess and refine regularly. The process of identifying your high-impact 20% is not a one-time exercise. As goals, responsibilities, and external circumstances evolve, it's crucial to revisit and reassess your tasks and activities to ensure continued alignment with your priorities. This regular reassessment prevents stagnation and helps you stay adaptive in a changing environment. Quarterly reviews. A quarterly review allows you to step back and evaluate your progress. Examine which tasks or projects have yielded the most results and assess whether your current priorities align with your larger goals. Use this review to adjust your 80-20 focus, refine your goals, and identify any new high-impact areas. Feedback from mentors or colleagues. Outside perspectives can offer valuable insights into how your time and efforts are perceived. Seeking feedback from trusted mentors or colleagues can help validate whether you're focusing on the right activities. They may also help identify potential blind spots, areas where you might be investing too much time or energy with limited results. Personal stop doing list. Creating a stop doing list can be as powerful as any to-do list. This list includes activities that no longer serve you or align with your goals. For instance, if you've determined that certain tasks yield low results, they should be on your stop doing list. This habit encourages you to let go of activities that consume time without contributing significant value. Experiment and adjust. Identifying the high-impact 20% is an iterative process. Try new approaches, tools, or strategies, and observe their effects on your productivity. For example, if you've focused on a few key activities for a quarter and haven't seen the results you hoped for, it may be time to try a new approach or reassess your assumptions. Experimentation helps refine your 80-20 approach, ensuring you remain flexible and adaptable. Conclusion: becoming a master of your 20%. Identifying and focusing on your high-impact 20% is the cornerstone of mastering the 80-20 principle. By investing the time to discover which actions, tasks, and relationships contribute most significantly to your goals, you lay the groundwork for an efficient, purposeful, and balanced life. The process may involve some trial and error, but the payoff is well worth the effort. This chapter has provided a step-by-step approach to uncovering your high-impact activities through goal setting, data gathering, task analysis, and personal audits. As you continue to practice and refine this approach, you'll develop the clarity and confidence to live by design, not by default, maximizing results with minimal effort. Chapter 3. Applying 80/20ths to work and productivity. The 80/20 principle, when applied to work and productivity, has the potential to transform not only what you achieve but also how you approach your tasks and responsibilities. Focusing on high-impact tasks, eliminating unnecessary work, and streamlining processes can lead to greater results with less effort, making work more satisfying and freeing up time for other pursuits. This chapter explores how to redefine productivity, leverage tools and strategies to eliminate inefficiencies, and prioritize projects that yield the most substantial impact with minimal input. Redefining productivity, quality over quantity. In traditional productivity models, effectiveness is often equated with completing as many tasks as possible in a given time. However, the 80/20 mindset shifts the focus from task completion to meaningful impact, helping you realize that productivity isn't about how much you do but about the results you produce. Understanding output-focused productivity. Instead of measuring productivity by how busy or occupied you are, consider the quality and outcome of your work. For example, spending one focused hour on high-priority tasks that contribute to your main goals will likely yield more results than spending an entire day on low-value activities. This approach encourages you to scrutinize your daily work and make intentional choices about where to invest time and effort. Setting clear, impact-driven goals. Start by defining success in concrete terms, whether it's finishing a high-priority project, securing new clients, or achieving a specific sales target. Establishing outcome-focused goals provides a clear direction for what constitutes impactful work, making it easier to recognize which tasks support these goals directly. For instance, if you're in sales, a clear goal could be increase revenue from top 10 clients by 20%, which guides you to focus on high-value client interactions rather than administrative tasks. Prioritizing fewer but more impactful tasks. A core tenet of the 80/20 approach is prioritizing quality over quantity by focusing on fewer tasks that yield greater impact. This may mean saying no to certain tasks or projects that don't align closely with your goals. Practice prioritizing by identifying one or two critical tasks each day that drive the most results and make these your main focus. It could be something as straightforward as finalizing a proposal for a large client or developing a new business strategy. By committing to fewer but more impactful tasks, you increase both productivity and satisfaction. Creating a stop doing list. A stop doing list can be as crucial as a to-do list. This list includes tasks that are not essential to achieving your primary goals, helping you recognize and eliminate or delegate low-value activities. For instance, frequent email checking, micromanaging minor projects, or attending every meeting can be moved to the stop doing list. Over time, this helps free up significant time and mental space, allowing you to invest more in high-impact work. Practical tools for work efficiency. Once you've redefined productivity, it's time to leverage tools and techniques that maximize efficiency. These strategies focus on eliminating low-value tasks, delegating where possible, and automating routine work. Task elimination. To start with task elimination, conduct a brief audit of your daily or weekly responsibilities. Identify tasks that could be eliminated entirely without any noticeable impact on outcomes. For instance, if a particular report is seldom reviewed or used, it may be worth cutting back or removing altogether. Task elimination forces you to confront what's genuinely necessary and what's merely habit or tradition. Delegation and outsourcing. Delegating is a powerful 80/20 technique that allows you to transfer low-impact tasks to others, freeing up your time for high-impact work. For effective delegation, identify tasks that don't require your specific expertise and assign them to others on your team who are equipped to handle them. For example, if you're a manager, delegate detailed administrative tasks to an assistant, or outsource repetitive tasks like data entry or basic research to external services or freelancers. Automation of routine processes. Automating repetitive, low-value tasks can save substantial time and mental effort. For instance, using email filters, project management software, or customer relationship management (CRM) tools can streamline communications, project tracking, and client follow-ups. Automating can also be as simple as setting up recurring reminders for tasks you need to complete regularly, allowing you to manage your workload without constant oversight. Streamlined communication. Meetings and email threads are notorious for consuming time and energy. To apply the 80-20 principle to communication, limit meetings to only essential discussions, and keep them brief with clear agendas. Alternatively, use asynchronous communication tools like Slack or Trello for non-urgent updates. Set specific times for checking email, and prioritize concise, direct responses. Streamlined communication reduces interruptions, allowing you to remain focused on tasks that truly move the needle. Mastering project selection and prioritization. Applying the 80-20 principle to project management can lead to transformative results. By focusing on high-impact projects, allocating resources wisely, and reducing time wasted on low-value endeavors, you can elevate productivity and achieve your most ambitious goals. Assessing project potential with 80-20 thinking. When choosing projects to pursue, assess each for potential impact and alignment with your goals. Key questions include: will this project advance the company's main objectives? Does it directly benefit key clients or stakeholders? How does it compare in impact to other possible projects? For instance, if a project requires significant time and resources but won't directly contribute to revenue growth or brand value, it may be worth reconsidering. Prioritizing based on ROI. Just as you would with financial investments, prioritize projects that promise the highest return on investment, ROI. ROI for a project could mean increased revenue, improved efficiency, enhanced customer satisfaction, or a strengthened team. For example, a project that could streamline your production process and reduce costs may offer a higher ROI than a more ambitious but riskier initiative. Using ROI as a benchmark helps ensure your time and resources are dedicated to efforts that will yield substantial benefits. Resource allocation for high-impact projects. Resource allocation, be it time, budget, or personnel, should focus on projects that offer the most value. This often means allocating fewer resources to low-impact projects or phasing them out altogether. By concentrating your resources, you increase the likelihood of successfully completing high-impact projects. For instance, if a project promises to bring in substantial new clients, allocate your best team members to ensure its success. Setting clear milestones and deadlines. High-impact projects often require a clear roadmap with milestones and deadlines to stay on track and avoid scope creep. By setting specific milestones, you create manageable stages that keep the project moving forward while allowing for adjustments. This focus on structured progress ensures that valuable projects reach completion without unnecessary delays, maximizing your return on investment. 80-20 time management techniques. Time management is central to productivity, and using the 80-20 approach helps you manage time more effectively by focusing on key areas and eliminating wasted effort. Time blocking for high-impact tasks. Time blocking involves reserving specific times of day for uninterrupted focus on high-impact tasks. For instance, if mornings are when you're most productive, allocate that time for your most important work, such as strategic planning or creative problem solving. By reserving these blocks, you ensure that essential tasks receive dedicated attention without distractions. Daily prioritization, the MIT method. MIT, or most important tasks, is a technique that prioritizes a handful of essential tasks each day. Before starting your day, identify 2 to 3 MITs that align with your high-impact goals. Completing these tasks first can yield 80% of the day's results, allowing you to finish other minor tasks with any remaining time or energy. Pomodoro technique for sustained focus. The Pomodoro technique is particularly useful for focusing on high-impact tasks without succumbing to burnout. This technique involves working in focused 25-minute intervals, or Pomodoros, followed by short breaks. By structuring work in short bursts, you can maintain productivity and focus, especially for cognitively demanding tasks. Weekly review and adjustment. A weekly review of your tasks and achievements helps you maintain an 80-20 focus. During the review, assess what you accomplished, where you might have deviated, and identify tasks that created the most impact. This process allows you to realign priorities and make adjustments for the following week, ensuring consistent focus on high-impact activities. Using 80-20ths in team collaboration and meetings. The 80-20 principle is highly applicable in team settings, where focusing on collective high-impact tasks can lead to exponential productivity gains. Selective meeting attendance. Many meetings consume time without generating much benefit. Apply 80-20ths by attending only those meetings where your presence is essential. Decline or request summaries for meetings where you're not a key participant, allowing you to dedicate that time to high-impact tasks. Setting clear meeting agendas and objectives. When you do attend or organize a meeting, ensure there's a clear agenda focused on high-priority topics. Limit the meeting scope to the essential matters that require group input and decision-making. By focusing discussions on vital issues, you avoid time-consuming tangents and maximize the meeting's productivity. Delegating team tasks based on strengths. In team settings, delegate tasks to individuals whose strengths align with the work's requirements. For example, if a project requires creativity, assign it to team members known for innovative thinking, while detail-oriented tasks go to those with an eye for accuracy. This approach maximizes each team member's contributions while aligning efforts with project goals. Conclusion: achieving effortless productivity. Applying the 80-20 principle to work and productivity redefines what it means to be efficient and successful. By focusing on fewer but more impactful tasks, eliminating low-value work, and prioritizing high-impact projects, you can achieve substantial results with less effort. Embracing this principle allows you to experience a more meaningful, less stressful approach to work that yields both professional achievements and personal satisfaction. Chapter 4. The 80-20 Principle in Relationships and Communication. Relationships and effective communication are vital components of both personal and professional success. The 80-20 principle provides a powerful framework for enhancing these aspects of life by focusing on the connections and interactions that yield the most significant rewards. By identifying and nurturing key relationships, improving communication strategies, and embracing meaningful interactions, we can cultivate a richer, more fulfilling social environment. In this chapter, we will explore how to identify high-value relationships, practice 80-20ths communication, and foster connections that require less effort yet provide immense returns. Identifying key relationships. To apply the 80-20 principle to relationships, we must first identify which connections contribute the most value to our lives. This process involves assessing the people in our personal and professional circles and recognizing who brings joy, support, and opportunities. Mapping your relationship landscape. Begin by mapping out your relationships. Create a list of people in your life: friends, family members, colleagues, mentors, and acquaintances. After compiling this list, categorize each relationship based on how much value it adds to your life. Consider aspects like emotional support, inspiration, collaboration potential, and personal growth. This exercise will help you visualize where your most rewarding connections lie. Evaluating impact versus effort. Assess each relationship's impact relative to the effort you invest. Some relationships may require substantial time and emotional energy yet yield minimal returns. For example, a colleague who demands constant attention but contributes little to team projects may not be worth the investment. In contrast, a friend who inspires you to grow and provides consistent encouragement is likely a high-value relationship worth nurturing. This evaluation allows you to prioritize your interactions effectively. Fostering the right relationships. Once you've identified key relationships, focus on nurturing and deepening these connections. Schedule regular check-ins, whether through phone calls, coffee dates, or virtual meetups. Share experiences, offer support, and express gratitude for their presence in your life. Investing time and effort in relationships that yield the most significant benefits will enhance your emotional well-being and personal satisfaction. Setting boundaries. The 80-20 principle also emphasizes the importance of setting boundaries with relationships that drain your energy without providing adequate returns. These might be toxic friendships, overly demanding family members, or colleagues who consistently interrupt your flow. Establish clear boundaries, whether through limiting contact or articulating your needs. This practice protects your emotional energy and creates space for more meaningful interactions. 80-20 communication. Effective communication is essential for maintaining strong relationships. The 80-20 principle can be applied to enhance how we interact, ensuring our communications are clear, intentional, and impactful. Clarity over quantity. In communication, less can often be more. Aim for clarity and conciseness in your conversations. This means focusing on delivering your message in the simplest terms, avoiding jargon and unnecessary details. For example, instead of lengthy emails, consider bullet points or succinct summaries. By prioritizing clarity, you ensure that your message is understood without overwhelming the recipient. Active listening. Active listening is a crucial component of effective communication. It involves fully engaging with the speaker, making an effort to understand their message before responding. Practicing active listening can significantly improve the quality of your interactions. To do this, maintain eye contact, nod in acknowledgement, and provide verbal feedback like, "I see," or, "that makes sense." By demonstrating genuine interest in others' perspectives, you create stronger connections and foster trust. Prioritize high-value conversations. Not all conversations hold the same weight. Identify discussions that have the potential for the most significant impact on your relationships or projects. For instance, rather than engaging in small talk, prioritize meaningful discussions with colleagues about project strategies or personal insights with friends about life goals. By focusing on high-value conversations, you maximize the quality of your interactions and the benefits they bring. Nonverbal communication. Nonverbal cues, such as body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice, play a critical role in how messages are received. Pay attention to your own nonverbal signals and those of your conversation partners. For example, open body language, such as uncrossed arms in a relaxed posture, conveys receptiveness and warmth, fostering more meaningful interactions. Conversely, be aware of signs of disinterest or discomfort from others, adjusting your approach accordingly. Mindful communication. Mindfulness in communication means being fully present in conversations, which can lead to richer, more rewarding exchanges. Avoid distractions like phones or laptops during discussions, and focus on the person speaking. This approach not only enhances the quality of your communication but also demonstrates respect for the other person, strengthening your relationship over time. Strengthening connections through less effort. The 80-20 principle encourages us to seek out relationships and communication methods that yield the greatest benefits with the least amount of effort. By prioritizing quality interactions, we can enhance our connections and create more satisfying relationships. Quality over quantity. Rather than spreading yourself thin across numerous superficial relationships, focus on a select few that bring joy and support. Invest time in nurturing these high-value connections, recognizing that deep, meaningful relationships often yield more happiness than many surface-level acquaintances. For example, instead of trying to maintain a large social media following, prioritize genuine friendships that encourage personal growth and fulfillment. Meaningful interactions. Prioritize interactions that matter. Schedule intentional time with your closest friends and family, engaging in activities that foster connection, whether it's shared hobbies, meaningful conversations, or simply spending time together. These interactions can solidify bonds and create lasting memories without the need for constant effort. Utilizing technology wisely. In today's digital age, technology can either enhance or hinder our relationships. Use it to maintain connections with those who matter most without overwhelming yourself. Consider setting up regular virtual check-ins or sending thoughtful messages to keep in touch with friends and family. However, be mindful of the potential for technology to create superficial connections. Balance online interactions with face-to-face or voice-to-voice communication whenever possible. Simplifying gift-giving and gestures. Meaningful gestures do not always require grand efforts. Sometimes, small acts of kindness or simple gestures can strengthen bonds just as much as elaborate gifts. For example, a handwritten note expressing appreciation or a small token that reflects shared memories can convey care and thoughtfulness without significant effort. Embracing vulnerability. Sharing vulnerabilities and authentic feelings can deepen connections in profound ways. When you open up about challenges or emotions, you encourage others to do the same, fostering a sense of intimacy and trust. This principle can be particularly effective in close friendships or partnerships, where mutual understanding can strengthen the relationship with less superficial effort. Conclusion: cultivating effortless connections. The 80-20 principle applied to relationships and communication offers a roadmap for cultivating deep, meaningful connections with less effort. By identifying high-value relationships, focusing on quality communication, and prioritizing meaningful interactions, you can create a rich social environment that supports your personal and professional goals. Embrace the mindset of focusing on the few relationships that truly matter, and engage in conversations that foster genuine connection. This shift will not only enhance your well-being but also empower you to navigate life's complexities with a support system that enriches your journey. By applying the 80-20 principle, you pave the way for a life filled with deeper connections, richer experiences, and greater fulfillment. Chapter 5. Financial Freedom Through 80-20ths. Financial stability and independence are common goals for many individuals. Yet, the journey to achieving these objectives can often seem overwhelming, filled with complicated strategies, tedious budgeting, and countless decisions. However, applying the 80-20 principle, also known as Pareto's law, can simplify the process, allowing you to achieve financial freedom with minimal effort and maximum impact. In this chapter, we will explore how to leverage the 80-20 principle in financial planning, budgeting, and investing to cultivate a wealthier and more secure life. The wealth principle. The first step to financial freedom is understanding how wealth accumulation works under the 80-20 lens. The principle posits that a small percentage of actions or decisions can yield the majority of financial outcomes. Identifying key revenue streams. The initial application of the 80-20 principle in your finances begins with identifying which income sources contribute the most to your overall wealth. For example, if you earn income from multiple streams, like a job, side business, rental properties, or investments, analyze which of these generates 80% of your income. Often, you will find that a small number of income sources, potentially just one or two, contribute significantly to your overall earnings. Action step: make a list of all your income sources. Next to each, note the amount earned over the past year. Highlight the sources that contribute most to your total income. This allows you to focus on optimizing these key streams while considering the potential for growth or improvement. Understanding expenditures. Just as important as identifying income sources is understanding where your money goes. The 80-20 principle can also apply to expenses. A small percentage of your spending often accounts for the majority of your expenses. Identifying high expense categories, analyze your spending patterns to find the areas where you spend the most. For example, you might discover that a significant portion of your budget is dedicated to dining out or subscription services. Understanding these high-impact expenses allows you to make targeted adjustments. Action step: create a detailed budget for a month. Track every expense and categorize them: housing, food, entertainment, etc. At the end of the month, identify which categories account for 80% of your spending and assess if these are necessary or if there are opportunities for savings. Leverage your skills. Once you identify your high-impact income streams and expenses, consider how your skills can align with these areas to maximize financial growth. Focus on developing your skills or knowledge in areas that yield the highest return on investment, ROI. For instance, if your main income comes from a job, think about how you can upskill to enhance your value within that role, which can lead to promotions or raises. 80/20 budgeting. Budgeting is often viewed as a tedious task filled with endless calculations. However, with the 80/20 principle, you can simplify the process significantly while ensuring you are on the right path toward financial stability. Simplifying your budget. Instead of creating a detailed budget that tracks every penny, focus on the 20% of expenses that are critical to your financial health. This approach means concentrating on essential categories that consume most of your resources, like housing, utilities, and groceries. Action step: identify the fixed and variable expenses that represent the bulk of your budget. Aim to reduce these critical categories by implementing cost-saving measures, such as negotiating bills, switching providers, or finding cheaper alternatives. The 80/20 rule in savings. When it comes to saving, the 80/20 principle suggests you can achieve financial goals more effectively by focusing on a few high-impact saving strategies. Emergency fund. Prioritize building an emergency fund, which can cover 3 to 6 months of living expenses. This fund will provide financial security and reduce stress, enabling you to handle unexpected expenses without going into debt. Retirement contributions. Focus on maximizing contributions to retirement accounts, like a 401k or an IRA. These accounts often provide tax advantages and compound growth over time, making them essential for long-term wealth building. Automating savings and payments. Automating your savings can simplify budgeting and ensure you're consistently setting money aside. This tactic requires minimal effort while yielding significant results. Set up automatic transfers to your savings and investment accounts each payday. Action step: create an automated savings plan where 20% of your income is automatically diverted to savings or investment accounts. This strategy not only simplifies the process but also enforces discipline, as you pay yourself first. Regular budget reviews. Consistent reviews of your budget help ensure you stay aligned with your financial goals. Instead of constantly tracking every single expense, perform a monthly or quarterly review to assess your financial health. Action step: schedule a monthly review of your budget, focusing on the high-impact areas identified. Check for unnecessary expenses or savings opportunities, and adjust your strategy as needed. Smart investments. Investing can often feel daunting, but applying the 80/20 principle can make it much more manageable. A small number of investments can lead to the majority of your returns. Focus on high-impact investments. When building an investment portfolio, concentrate on the 20% of assets that are likely to yield the highest returns. Research indicates that certain asset classes, such as index funds or blue-chip stocks, tend to perform well over the long term. Action step: allocate a significant portion of your investment capital to these high-impact assets. Research which funds or stocks have historically shown strong performance, and consider diversifying within these categories to mitigate risk. Investing in yourself. One of the best investments you can make is in your education and skills. Focus on courses or training that offer substantial potential returns, such as professional development, certifications, or skills that can advance your career. Action step: identify a skill or knowledge area that could enhance your earning potential. Invest time and resources into developing this area, which can yield a higher income and opportunities over time. Avoiding overdiversification. Many investors fall into the trap of diversifying too broadly, diluting the potential impact of their investments. Instead, focus on a few key investments that are well-researched and aligned with your financial goals. Action step: limit your portfolio to 5 to 10 core investments. This allows you to manage them effectively without becoming overwhelmed. Regularly evaluate the performance of these investments and adjust your strategy accordingly. Utilizing dollar-cost averaging. Dollar-cost averaging is a strategy that allows you to invest a fixed amount of money at regular intervals, regardless of market conditions. This approach reduces the impact of volatility and helps you build your portfolio steadily over time. Action step: set up automatic investments in your chosen assets, using dollar-cost averaging to take advantage of market fluctuations. This method will keep you engaged without requiring constant market monitoring. Conclusion: building financial freedom with 80/20ths. Achieving financial freedom doesn't have to be an overwhelming process filled with complexity and confusion. By applying the 80/20 principle to your financial planning, budgeting, and investing, you can streamline your efforts, focus on high-impact areas, and achieve substantial results with minimal stress. By identifying key income streams and expenses, simplifying your budgeting process, and focusing on smart investments, you pave the way to financial stability and freedom. Embrace this mindset to create a life where your financial decisions are not only simpler but also more rewarding. The power of the 80/20 principle lies in its ability to transform your approach to finance, allowing you to achieve your goals efficiently and effectively. As you move forward on your financial journey, remember that small, intentional actions can lead to significant results. Embrace the 80/20 principle, and watch as your financial landscape transforms, paving the way to a secure and prosperous future. Chapter 6. Health, Fitness, and Well-Being: the 80/20 Way. In a world bustling with information about diets, exercise routines, and wellness strategies, it can be overwhelming to navigate the path to optimal health. Many people spend countless hours and significant effort on health and fitness but see minimal results. This chapter explores how to harness the power of the 80/20 principle to achieve maximum health benefits with minimal effort, focusing on identifying the critical actions that lead to better physical and mental well-being. Minimal effort, maximum health. The essence of the 80/20 principle is that a small percentage of your actions can lead to a large percentage of your outcomes. In health and fitness, this means that focusing on a few high-impact behaviors can yield significant benefits. Identifying the 20% of actions for maximum health outcomes. To apply the 80/20 principle to your health, begin by identifying the key activities that contribute most significantly to your well-being. This may involve reflecting on your current routines, experimenting with new practices, and monitoring the effects on your health. Nutrition: research indicates that certain dietary choices can dramatically influence your overall health. For example, focusing on whole foods, fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, and healthy fats, can lead to better health outcomes than meticulously counting calories or restricting food groups. Action step: evaluate your current eating habits. Identify which meals or snacks contribute most to your overall well-being. Focus on increasing your intake of nutrient-dense foods while reducing processed and unhealthy options. Exercise: when it comes to fitness, many people believe they must spend hours in the gym to achieve results. However, research shows that short, high-intensity workouts can be more effective than longer sessions at moderate intensity. Action step: consider incorporating high-intensity interval training, HIIT, into your routine. These workouts can be as short as 20 to 30 minutes and often deliver the benefits of longer sessions while fitting into busy schedules. Sleep: quality sleep is a cornerstone of good health and often neglected in wellness discussions. Studies have shown that insufficient sleep can lead to various health issues, including obesity, heart disease, and weakened immunity. Action step: prioritize sleep hygiene by creating a restful environment and maintaining a consistent sleep schedule. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night, recognizing it as a crucial component of overall health. The power of consistency. The effectiveness of high-impact health behaviors often comes down to consistency. While occasional healthy choices are beneficial, making these behaviors a regular part of your routine amplifies their impact. Habit formation: implementing small, sustainable changes can lead to significant improvements over time. For example, instead of trying to overhaul your entire diet overnight, aim to incorporate one new healthy habit each week. Action step: create a list of 5 healthy habits you'd like to adopt, such as drinking more water, eating a piece of fruit with breakfast, or taking a daily walk. Implement one habit each week, focusing on consistency until it becomes a natural part of your routine. Measuring results. To ensure your efforts yield the desired results, track your progress. Measuring health outcomes, such as energy levels, weight, physical performance, and emotional well-being, can help you adjust your approach as needed. Action step: maintain a health journal where you document your daily meals, exercise routines, sleep quality, and overall feelings. Review your entries weekly to identify patterns and determine which high-impact behaviors contribute most to your well-being. Creating a sustainable health plan. Developing a health plan rooted in the 80-20 principle involves focusing on the most effective strategies while minimizing time and effort. A sustainable health plan is adaptable and considerate of your lifestyle, preferences, and individual needs. Tailored nutrition plan. Create a simple nutrition plan emphasizing whole foods and balanced meals while allowing for flexibility. Rigid diets can lead to burnout, so find a balance that works for you. Meal prep. Preparing meals in advance can save time and reduce the temptation to opt for unhealthy options. Aim to spend a few hours each week cooking and portioning out meals. Action step: choose a day of the week to meal prep. Prepare several healthy meals and snacks that can be stored in the fridge or freezer. This allows you to make healthy choices effortlessly throughout the week. Mindful eating. Focus on being present during meals, which can enhance enjoyment and satisfaction, leading to healthier choices and portion control. Action step: practice mindful eating by eliminating distractions during meals. Sit down, chew slowly, and savor each bite. This practice can help prevent overeating and promote healthier eating habits. Flexible exercise regimen. Your exercise routine should align with your lifestyle while incorporating enjoyable activities. Finding joy in movement will increase the likelihood of consistency. Mixing activities. Combine different forms of exercise, such as strength training, cardio, and flexibility work, to keep things engaging while maximizing overall fitness. Action step: schedule a mix of workouts each week. For instance, combine HIIT, yoga, and strength training to create a balanced routine that caters to various aspects of fitness. Incorporating movement into daily life. Instead of relying solely on dedicated workout sessions, find ways to incorporate movement into your daily life. Activities such as walking, biking, gardening, or playing with children can contribute to your fitness goals. Action step: set a daily step goal, e.g., 10,000 steps, and find creative ways to achieve it, such as taking the stairs, walking during breaks, or doing household chores. Self-care practices. Mental health is just as crucial as physical health. Prioritizing self-care can enhance your well-being and overall health outcomes. Mindfulness and relaxation. Techniques such as meditation, deep breathing exercises, or yoga can significantly reduce stress and improve mental clarity. Action step: dedicate 10 to 15 minutes each day to mindfulness practices. Consider using apps or online resources to guide your practice. Social connections. Nurturing relationships with family and friends contributes to emotional health. Focus on maintaining quality connections rather than quantity. Action step: schedule regular catch-ups with loved ones, whether through in-person meetings, phone calls, or virtual hangouts. Prioritize these connections as vital components of your health plan. Mindfulness and self-care with 80/20ths. Mindfulness and self-care are essential for maintaining balance in your health journey. Applying the 80-20 principle to these areas can significantly enhance your overall well-being. Implementing mindfulness. Mindfulness can help you cultivate awareness of your thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations, leading to improved mental and emotional health. Focus on key mindfulness practices. Rather than trying to adopt every mindfulness technique, identify a few that resonate with you and commit to practicing them regularly. Action step: choose one or two mindfulness practices to integrate into your daily routine. This could include guided meditation, mindful breathing, or journaling. Aim for consistency rather than perfection. Self-care strategies. Self-care is about prioritizing your mental and emotional well-being. The 80-20 principle can help you focus on the self-care practices that provide the greatest benefit. Identifying high-impact self-care activities, reflect on the activities that bring you joy and relaxation. Prioritize those that have a profound positive impact on your mood and well-being. Action step: make a list of your top 5 self-care activities. Dedicate time each week to engage in these activities, ensuring you take care of your mental health as diligently as your physical health. Managing stress. Stress management is vital for overall health. By focusing on a few high-impact stress relief techniques, you can effectively reduce stress and improve your well-being. Finding your stress relief strategies: experiment with different stress relief methods, like exercise, nature walks, or creative outlets, to discover what works best for you. Action step: identify 2 or 3 stress relief activities that resonate with you and incorporate them into your weekly routine. By prioritizing these strategies, you create a buffer against daily stressors. Conclusion: embracing the 80-20 health mindset. The journey to optimal health does not have to be complex or time-consuming. By applying the 80-20 principle to your health, fitness, and well-being, you can focus on the few actions that yield the most significant results. Identifying key nutritional choices, sustainable exercise habits, and impactful self-care practices allows you to enhance your health efficiently. As you integrate the 80-20 mindset into your daily routine, you will find that small, consistent actions lead to substantial benefits over time. Embrace this approach to create a healthier, happier life, one where your efforts align with your goals, and you experience the joy of living well with minimal stress. In the end, the power of the 80-20 principle lies in its ability to simplify your approach to health and well-being. By focusing on what truly matters, you will not only achieve better health outcomes but also cultivate a more fulfilling and enjoyable life. Embrace the 80-20 way to health, and watch as your physical, mental, and emotional well-being flourishes with ease. Chapter 7. Achieving Personal Growth with 80-20ths. Personal growth is often perceived as a daunting journey filled with challenges, self-doubt, and the need for constant effort. Yet, the 80-20 principle, or Pareto's law, suggests that a small percentage of our actions can lead to a large percentage of our results. By focusing on the high-impact strategies that yield the most significant personal development outcomes, we can streamline our efforts and enhance our growth experiences. This chapter will explore how to identify and prioritize high-impact goals, build sustainable habits, and break through personal barriers with minimal effort. Choosing high-impact goals. To harness the power of the 80-20 principle in personal growth, start by identifying the goals that will provide the greatest return on investment regarding your time, energy, and resources. This involves a thoughtful assessment of your aspirations and their potential impact on your overall well-being. Assessing your current situation. Before setting new goals, it's crucial to evaluate where you currently stand. Take stock of your strengths, weaknesses, values, and passions. This self-assessment provides clarity about what you want to achieve and helps you identify the areas that could benefit from focused attention. Reflection questions. What are my core values, and how do they align with my current life? Which areas of my life am I most passionate about improving, e.g., career, relationships, health? What strengths do I possess that I can leverage for growth? Are there recurring challenges that seem to hinder my progress? Action step: conduct a personal SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, to gain insight into your current situation. This analysis will guide you in selecting goals that resonate deeply with your values and aspirations. Identifying high-impact goals. After assessing your current situation, the next step is to define specific goals that are not only meaningful but also impactful. Focus on goals that, when achieved, will create a ripple effect, positively influencing multiple areas of your life. SMART Goals Framework. Use the SMART criteria: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound, to refine your goals. This framework ensures clarity and feasibility. Example of a SMART goal: instead of stating, "I want to be healthier," specify, "I will exercise for 30 minutes, 5 days a week, for the next 3 months to improve my fitness level." Prioritization. Once you've set multiple goals, apply the 80-20 principle to prioritize them. Identify which goals will deliver the most significant results with the least amount of effort. These should be your primary focus. Action step: list all your personal development goals and rank them based on potential impact. Select the top 3 to 5 goals to work on over the next few months. Habits and mindsets for effortless growth. Achieving personal growth is not just about setting goals, it's about cultivating habits and mindsets that support and sustain progress. The 80-20 principle can help you focus on the few habits that yield the most significant benefits. Building keystone habits. Keystone habits are those that have a disproportionate impact on your life. They create a chain reaction, leading to improvements in other areas. Examples of keystone habits. Regular exercise: establishing a routine can boost your energy levels, improve your mood, and enhance productivity. Consistent sleep patterns: quality sleep enhances cognitive function, emotional resilience, and overall health. Mindfulness practices: integrating mindfulness into your daily routine can reduce stress and improve emotional regulation. Action step: identify your keystone habits and commit to incorporating them into your daily routine. Track your progress and notice how these habits influence other areas of your life. Adopting a growth mindset. A growth mindset, as described by psychologist Carol Dweck, is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. This mindset fosters resilience and a love for learning. Shifting from fixed to growth mindset. Recognize that challenges and failures are opportunities for learning rather than indicators of your worth or capability. Replace self-limiting thoughts with empowering beliefs. For instance, change "I can't do this" to "I can learn how to do this with practice and effort." Action step: practice positive self-talk and reframe negative thoughts. Keep a journal where you reflect on challenges faced, lessons learned, and progress made. Prioritizing consistency over perfection. The pursuit of perfection can lead to frustration and burnout. Instead, focus on being consistent in your efforts. Small, daily actions. Establish a routine that includes small actions towards your goals. For instance, if your goal is to read more, commit to reading just 10 pages a day. Celebrate small wins along the way. Acknowledging your progress, no matter how small, reinforces positive behavior. Action step: identify one small, daily action related to your goals that you can commit to. Track your consistency over time and adjust as needed. Breaking through with minimal effort. While personal growth often requires effort, the 80-20 principle can help you break through barriers and make significant strides with less struggle. Identifying limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs can hinder your progress and keep you from reaching your potential. Recognizing and challenging these beliefs is essential for growth. Common limiting beliefs. I'm not good enough. I don't have enough time. I'll never succeed. Action step: write down your limiting beliefs and challenge them. For each belief, write a counter-statement that reflects a more empowering perspective. Leveraging the power of accountability. Accountability can accelerate your progress. Share your goals with someone you trust, whether a friend, mentor, or coach. Regular check-ins can help keep you motivated and on track. Setting up accountability structures. Find an accountability partner to share goals with and discuss progress regularly. Join groups or communities focused on personal development, where members support each other in achieving their goals. Action step: reach out to a friend or colleague and establish an accountability partnership. Schedule regular meetings to discuss progress and challenges. Embracing adaptability. The journey of personal growth is rarely linear. Embrace flexibility and adaptability as you encounter obstacles. Revisiting goals. If you find that a particular goal is no longer resonating with you or that your circumstances have changed, don't hesitate to adjust your goals. Action step: regularly review your goals and habits. Reflect on what's working and what's not, and be open to making necessary adjustments. Conclusion: the 80-20 approach to personal growth. Achieving personal growth doesn't have to be a burdensome journey filled with overwhelming effort. By focusing on the high-impact strategies that yield the most significant results, you can streamline your growth process and create lasting change in your life. The 80-20 principle allows you to identify and prioritize meaningful goals, build keystone habits, adopt a growth mindset, and break through barriers with minimal effort. As you apply these principles, you will find that personal growth becomes not just achievable but also enjoyable. In embracing the 80-20 approach to personal growth, remember that progress is a journey, not a destination. Celebrate your achievements, learn from your setbacks, and continue to refine your understanding of what works best for you. By focusing on the few vital actions that lead to the most significant outcomes, you'll pave the way for a fulfilling and enriched life. Chapter 8. The 80-20 Principle for Creativity and Innovation. In a world that often rewards hustle and relentless effort, creativity and innovation are frequently overshadowed by the sheer volume of tasks and responsibilities we face. However, applying the 80-20 principle can transform our approach to creative work, allowing us to maximize our output with minimal input. By focusing on a few key processes and ideas that yield the most significant results, we can unleash our creative potential, solve problems more efficiently, and accelerate innovation across various domains. This chapter delves into the 80-20 principle's role in fostering creativity and innovation, highlighting strategies and techniques to make the most of your creative endeavors. Unleashing creativity. Creativity is not solely an inherent talent but a skill that can be nurtured and optimized. To effectively harness the 80-20 principle, it's crucial to identify the processes that lead to the most impactful creative outcomes. Understanding the nature of creativity. Creativity often flourishes when we allow ourselves the freedom to explore ideas without the pressure of perfection. Recognizing that creativity can be both a product of spontaneous insight and a systematic process is essential. Divergent versus convergent thinking. Divergent thinking involves generating multiple ideas and solutions without immediate judgment. This phase encourages exploration and brainstorming. Convergent thinking requires narrowing down those ideas to find the best solutions. This phase is where critical thinking and analysis come into play. Action step: allocate specific time for both divergent and convergent thinking. Create brainstorming sessions without restrictions and later evaluate those ideas critically to determine which have the most potential. Identifying high-impact creative processes. Within the creative process, certain activities yield disproportionately large results. By identifying and focusing on these activities, you can enhance your creative output significantly. High-impact activities might include research and inspiration gathering, investing time in understanding existing works, trends, and ideas that resonate with your goals. Iterative prototyping, quickly developing rough drafts or prototypes allows you to iterate and refine ideas based on real feedback rather than waiting for perfection. Collaborative sessions, engaging with others can spark new ideas and insights that you might not have reached alone. Action step: list all activities involved in your creative projects and rank them based on their potential impact on your final product. Focus on the top 20% of activities that yield 80% of your results. Efficient problem solving. In any creative endeavor, challenges and problems are inevitable. Applying the 80-20 principle can help you identify the root causes of issues and implement effective solutions. Root cause analysis. When faced with a problem, it's vital to pinpoint the underlying causes rather than just addressing symptoms. The 80-20 principle can guide you in identifying which problems are contributing to the majority of your frustrations. Using the 5 whys technique. This method involves asking why multiple times, typically 5, to dig deeper into the root cause of a problem. This approach encourages critical thinking and helps reveal the core issues rather than superficial ones. Example: if you are experiencing a decline in project efficiency, you might ask, "Why are we behind schedule?" Answer: we have too many revisions. Why do we have too many revisions? Answer: the initial designs were unclear. Why were the designs unclear? Answer: the brief was not detailed enough. Why was the brief not detailed enough? Answer: we didn't allocate time to discuss requirements. Action step: implement the 5 whys technique in your next problem-solving session. Document the process to visualize how one issue leads to another and how you can resolve it effectively. Simplifying solutions. Once the root cause is identified, the next step is to develop simple, high-impact solutions that can address the problem effectively without overwhelming your resources. Pareto-based solutions. Focus on solutions that tackle the critical issues identified through root cause analysis. Often, a single change can lead to significant improvements. Example: if unclear briefs are leading to revisions, consider creating a standard template for project briefs that outlines essential elements. This change could drastically reduce misunderstandings and improve project flow. Action step: after identifying a problem, brainstorm potential solutions and evaluate them based on their simplicity and potential impact. Choose 1 or 2 to implement immediately. Accelerating innovation with less. Innovation is the lifeblood of creativity, and the 80-20 principle can help streamline the innovation process, allowing you to focus on impactful ideas and projects that can lead to transformative outcomes. Focusing on fewer ideas. Many people fall into the trap of trying to pursue numerous ideas at once, diluting their focus and energy. Instead, concentrate on a select few innovative concepts that show promise. Idea prioritization framework. Use a simple matrix to evaluate ideas based on 2 criteria: potential impact and feasibility. Plot ideas on a grid to visualize which ones warrant further exploration. Impact versus effort matrix. High impact, low effort, prioritize these ideas for immediate action. High impact, high effort, plan these for future consideration or resource allocation. Low impact, low effort, consider these as filler activities. Low impact, high effort, discard or rework these ideas as they require too much investment for minimal return. Action step: create an impact versus effort matrix for your current projects and identify which ideas you should prioritize based on their position in the grid. Iterative innovation. Embrace a culture of continuous improvement and iteration rather than aiming for perfection from the outset. This approach encourages innovation through experimentation and learning. Minimum viable product (MVP). For any new idea, consider developing an MVP, a simplified version of the product or concept that allows you to test the waters before committing significant resources. Feedback loops. Establish feedback mechanisms early in the process to gather insights and make adjustments. This ensures that you stay aligned with user needs and expectations. Action step: implement MVP thinking in your next project. Develop a simplified version of your idea and test it with a select audience, gathering feedback for further refinement. Creating an innovative environment. An organization or individual's environment significantly impacts creative output. Fostering a culture of innovation involves encouraging risk-taking, collaboration, and open communication. Cultivating psychological safety. Encourage team members to share ideas without fear of criticism. Psychological safety allows for more open communication and experimentation. Encouraging diverse perspectives. Bring together individuals with different backgrounds and experiences to foster creative solutions. Diverse teams are often more innovative due to the variety of viewpoints. Action step: assess your current environment for barriers to innovation. Create opportunities for collaboration, such as brainstorming sessions or cross-functional teams, to encourage idea sharing and experimentation. Conclusion: embracing the 80-20 principle in creativity and innovation. The 80-20 principle offers a powerful framework for enhancing creativity and innovation. By focusing on the key processes, identifying high-impact activities, and simplifying problem-solving approaches, you can significantly improve your creative output with less effort. In a world that often glorifies busyness and complexity, applying the 80-20 mindset allows you to prioritize what truly matters, those few actions and ideas that lead to extraordinary results. Embrace this approach to cultivate a more innovative mindset, streamline your creative processes, and unleash your potential. As you integrate the 80-20 principle into your creative endeavors, you will find that innovation becomes not only achievable but also a natural extension of your efforts. Ultimately, this journey will empower you to create meaningful work that resonates deeply and leaves a lasting impact. Chapter 9. Living the 80-20 Lifestyle. In an era where multitasking and constant activity are glorified, adopting an 80-20 lifestyle represents a revolutionary shift towards simplicity, effectiveness, and fulfillment. This chapter explores how to embody the 80-20 principle in your daily life, emphasizing minimalism, streamlined decision-making, and the pursuit of a life aligned with your core values. By focusing on the few elements that truly matter, you can reduce stress, enhance clarity, and cultivate a life filled with purpose and joy. 80-20 and minimalism. Minimalism is more than just decluttering your physical space, it's a mindset that seeks to strip away the unnecessary to make room for what truly matters. Embracing minimalism through the lens of the 80-20 principle can profoundly impact your mental clarity, emotional well-being, and overall lifestyle. Understanding minimalism. Minimalism encourages you to evaluate your possessions, commitments, and even thoughts, allowing you to prioritize what adds value to your life. The 80-20 principle suggests that a small percentage of your belongings and responsibilities typically contribute to the majority of your happiness and success. Decluttering process. Begin by assessing your belongings. Use the 80-20 framework to identify which items you truly value and which are merely taking up space. You might find that 20% of your items, the ones you use frequently and love, provide 80% of your satisfaction. Action step. Go through your belongings category by category. For example, start with clothing. If you wear only a small percentage of your wardrobe, consider donating or selling the items that don't serve you. Use this same approach with your furniture, gadgets, and even digital files. Simplifying your commitments. Beyond physical possessions, minimalism applies to your time and commitments. Many people overextend themselves with obligations that do not contribute significantly to their happiness or goals. By recognizing and prioritizing your core commitments, you can free up time and energy. Evaluating your schedule. Look at your calendar and identify activities that drain your energy or provide little return on investment. Use the 80-20 principle to determine which commitments align with your values and goals. Action step. Create a commitment audit by listing all your current obligations. Rank them based on their impact on your life satisfaction. Consider eliminating or delegating the lower impact commitments. Mental minimalism. Mental clutter can be just as overwhelming as physical clutter. An 80-20 lifestyle encourages you to declutter your mind by focusing on essential thoughts and practices that foster mental clarity. Mindfulness practices. Incorporate mindfulness techniques such as meditation, journaling, or focused breathing exercises into your daily routine. These practices help clear your mind and allow you to concentrate on what truly matters. Action step. Dedicate at least 10 minutes each day to a mindfulness practice. Observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment, allowing yourself to let go of anything that doesn't serve your higher purpose. Simplifying decision-making. Decision fatigue can hinder your productivity and lead to burnout. The 80-20 principle can help you streamline decision-making by emphasizing essential choices that lead to substantial outcomes. Identifying key decisions. Not all decisions carry equal weight, some choices significantly influence your life direction and happiness. Understanding which decisions are crucial can alleviate overwhelm and boost confidence. The decision matrix. Use a decision matrix to assess options based on two criteria: potential impact and alignment with your values. This method helps you focus on choices that truly matter, allowing for quicker and more effective decision-making. Action step. For each significant decision, create a matrix outlining the potential impact of each option and its alignment with your core values. Choose the option that scores the highest in both categories. Creating routines for common decisions. Establishing routines for everyday decisions can conserve mental energy. By automating or standardizing certain choices, you can free up cognitive resources for more important matters. Examples of routine decisions. Meal planning. Designate specific meals for each day of the week to simplify grocery shopping and cooking. Morning rituals. Create a morning routine that sets a positive tone for your day without requiring excessive thought. Action step. Develop a weekly meal plan that outlines your meals for the week. This will streamline grocery shopping and cooking, reducing decision fatigue during the busy workweek. Leveraging technology for efficiency. Technology can aid in simplifying decision-making processes. From apps that help manage tasks to tools that automate routine decisions, harnessing technology can enhance your efficiency. Task management tools. Use apps like Todoist, Trello, or Asana to track and prioritize tasks, ensuring you focus on the highest impact activities. Action step. Experiment with different task management tools to find the one that suits your workflow best. Set aside time each week to review and prioritize your tasks, focusing on the 20% that yield the most significant results. Building a life you love. Creating a fulfilling life aligned with your core values requires intentionality and focus. The 80-20 principle guides you in eliminating distractions and prioritizing actions that lead to genuine fulfillment. Defining your core values. Understanding your core values is crucial for designing a life you love. These values serve as a compass, guiding your decisions and helping you stay aligned with your true self. Values assessment. Take time to reflect on what truly matters to you. Consider aspects like family, health, creativity, career, and personal growth. Write down your top 5 core values. Action step. Once you've defined your core values, create a visual representation of them. This could be a vision board, a written mission statement, or simply a list you keep visible to remind you of what guides your life choices. Aligning actions with values. After identifying your core values, evaluate your current actions and commitments to see if they align with what you hold dear. The 80-20 filter. Assess which of your daily activities contribute to your core values. The goal is to increase the percentage of activities that align with your values while minimizing those that do not. Action step. Review your weekly schedule. Identify activities that do not align with your core values and consider ways to reduce or eliminate them from your life. Creating meaningful connections. Relationships are an essential component of a fulfilling life. The 80-20 principle encourages you to focus on the relationships that bring you the most joy and support. Identifying key relationships. Reflect on your relationships and identify those that provide the most positivity and support. Invest your time and energy into nurturing these connections. Action step. Schedule regular check-ins with your closest friends and family members. These meaningful interactions can deepen connections and provide emotional support, enhancing your overall happiness. Conclusion: embracing the 80-20 lifestyle. Living the 80-20 lifestyle is about embracing simplicity, clarity, and intentionality in every aspect of your life. By focusing on the critical 20% that brings you the most joy and fulfillment, you can minimize stress and maximize your overall quality of life. As you adopt these principles, you'll find that the pursuit of excellence and happiness becomes more effortless. By decluttering your physical space, simplifying decision-making, and aligning your actions with your core values, you'll cultivate a life rich with meaning and satisfaction. Embrace the 80-20 mindset as a lifelong journey, one that empowers you to live authentically and purposefully. Each small shift you make, guided by the 80-20 principle, can compound over time, leading to profound changes in your overall well-being and happiness. Let go of the unnecessary, focus on the essential, and design a life that you love. Chapter 10. Common pitfalls and how to avoid them. As with any transformative principle, applying the 80-20 rule to your life comes with its own set of challenges. While the benefits of focusing on the vital few tasks that yield the most significant results can be profound, missteps can lead to frustration and disillusionment. This chapter delves into common pitfalls associated with the 80-20 principle and provides guidance on how to navigate these challenges to sustain a fruitful and rewarding lifestyle. Misapplying 80-20ths. One of the most significant risks when adopting the 80-20 mindset is the tendency to misapply or oversimplify the principle. While it is tempting to reduce complex situations to neat 80-20ths divides, doing so can obscure important nuances and lead to ineffective strategies. Oversimplification. Many people fall into the trap of applying the 80-20 rule too rigidly. For example, they may assume that a specific 20% of tasks or responsibilities can be identified in every scenario, leading to an incomplete analysis. This approach can result in neglecting crucial tasks that, while less frequent, may have outsized impacts on long-term success. Example: a project manager might identify 20% of team members as the only contributors to the project's success based on their productivity output. However, the remaining 80% may be performing essential support roles that are not immediately measurable but are vital to the project's overall success. Action step: when applying the 80-20ths rule, consider the context. Engage in a thorough analysis of the situation at hand. Ask yourself, what are the true key drivers in this scenario, and recognize that the 20% may not always be immediately obvious. Neglecting the long tail. While the 80-20 rule emphasizes focusing on high-impact tasks, it is essential to recognize that the remaining 80% of tasks can still play a role in your overall success. Some of these tasks may seem minor but can cumulatively contribute to significant outcomes over time. Example: in a business setting, a company might decide to eliminate certain customer service practices that are not highly effective according to immediate metrics. However, these practices may foster customer loyalty and retention in the long run. Action step: regularly review and reassess your activities and tasks. Incorporate a method for evaluating low-impact tasks to understand their broader implications over time, ensuring that you do not discard valuable processes. Ignoring quality for quantity. In the quest for efficiency, some may prioritize quantity over quality. This misapplication can lead to burnout and diminishing returns, where the focus on completing tasks overshadows the importance of performing them well. Example: an employee may rush through work to achieve more tasks, resulting in lower quality output and the need for revisions, ultimately increasing their workload rather than reducing it. Action step: focus on high-quality outputs rather than sheer volume. Implement quality control measures to ensure that the tasks you prioritize align with your standards and long-term goals. Perfectionism versus optimalism. A critical mindset challenge when adopting the 80-20 lifestyle is navigating the tension between perfectionism and optimalism. Understanding this distinction can prevent you from getting caught in cycles of dissatisfaction or unnecessary stress. Defining perfectionism and optimalism. Perfectionism is the relentless pursuit of flawlessness and setting excessively high performance standards. This mindset can lead to procrastination, stress, and dissatisfaction when reality inevitably falls short of these ideals. Optimalism, on the other hand, is about striving for the best possible outcome within the context of the situation, recognizing that perfection is often unattainable. It focuses on achieving results that are good enough while considering time, resources, and overall impact. Action step: embrace optimalism by setting realistic goals. Identify what constitutes good enough for specific tasks. Understand that seeking the highest possible quality in every aspect may hinder your productivity and satisfaction. Setting healthy boundaries. Perfectionists may struggle to recognize when to stop refining or iterating on a task, leading to inefficiency and dissatisfaction. By contrast, an optimalist establishes boundaries that prioritize progress over perfection. Example: a writer may spend excessive time refining every sentence of a draft, delaying completion. An optimalist recognizes when a piece is sufficiently polished for its intended purpose and moves forward. Action step: implement time limits for tasks that could lead to perfectionism. Use techniques like the Pomodoro technique to focus your efforts and define when a task is done enough to move on. Learning from mistakes. Perfectionists often view mistakes as failures, which can stifle innovation and growth. In contrast, optimalists see mistakes as opportunities for learning and improvement. Action step: cultivate a growth mindset by reflecting on experiences. When errors occur, analyze what went wrong, extract lessons, and adapt your approach moving forward. This attitude fosters resilience and creativity. Sustaining the mindset. Adopting the 80-20 principle is not a one-time shift, it requires ongoing effort and commitment to maintain the mindset. As distractions and external pressures mount, it's easy to slip back into old habits that prioritize busywork over impactful action. Building habits that reinforce the mindset. Creating sustainable habits is crucial for embodying the 80-20 lifestyle. Focus on establishing routines that promote the mindset, including regular reflection and prioritization of tasks. Daily review practice. Allocate time each day to review your tasks and prioritize based on their impact. Use this time to recalibrate your focus on the critical 20%. Action step: at the end of each day, assess your accomplishments. Identify what tasks contributed significantly to your goals and which did not. Use this insight to guide your priorities for the next day. Creating accountability structures. Sharing your goals and intentions with others can enhance accountability and help you stay committed to the 80-20 mindset. Find a buddy, mentor, or group that shares similar aspirations. Peer support. Engage with peers who understand and embrace the 80-20 principle. Regular check-ins can provide motivation, encouragement, and fresh perspectives. Action step: set up a bi-weekly or monthly meeting with a peer or mentor. Discuss your goals, reflect on your progress, and celebrate your wins together while also identifying areas for improvement. Adapting to change. Life is dynamic, and the conditions that influence your priorities can change rapidly. It's essential to remain flexible and adaptable, regularly reassessing your 80-20 analysis in light of new information or circumstances. Action step: establish a routine for periodic evaluations of your goals and tasks. Every month or quarter, conduct a comprehensive review of your strategies and outcomes. Are you still focusing on the right 20%? Are there new areas that require attention? Conclusion: embracing challenges as growth opportunities. Navigating the common pitfalls of the 80-20 principle requires mindfulness, adaptability, and a commitment to lifelong learning. Misapplying the principle, falling into perfectionism, and struggling to sustain the mindset are challenges that many face. However, by recognizing these pitfalls and employing practical strategies to address them, you can fully embrace the benefits of the 80-20 lifestyle. Ultimately, the goal of applying the 80-20 principle is to cultivate a life characterized by meaning, efficiency, and joy. As you encounter obstacles, remind yourself that challenges are opportunities for growth and refinement. By maintaining focus on the vital few tasks that yield the greatest results and continuously adapting your approach, you'll not only avoid common pitfalls but also thrive in your journey towards a more fulfilling and impactful life. Embrace the 80-20 mindset as a guiding principle, allowing it to transform your productivity, relationships, and overall quality of life. Through commitment and perseverance, you can achieve a life of effortless excellence, where the pursuit of your goals feels natural, purposeful, and deeply satisfying. Conclusion. Embracing a life of effortless excellence. As we conclude our exploration of the 80-20 principle, it's essential to reflect on the transformative power this mindset can bring to every aspect of your life. The journey through these chapters has illuminated how small, strategic shifts in focus can lead to monumental outcomes, ultimately allowing you to live a life marked by effortless excellence. The impact of small shifts. At the core of the 80-20 principle is the understanding that not all efforts yield the same results. This foundational insight challenges conventional notions of productivity, urging us to shift our focus from a scattergun approach to a more discerning and strategic one. By concentrating on the vital few tasks that contribute the most to our goals, we begin to experience the compounding effects of our efforts. Compounding benefits in all areas of life. As you consistently apply the 80-20 principle, you'll notice that the benefits extend beyond mere productivity. In your work life, honing in on high-impact tasks can lead to promotions and recognition, while in personal relationships, investing time in a few meaningful connections can yield emotional support and joy that far outweighs the time spent. Example: imagine dedicating an hour each week to deepen your relationship with a close friend or family member. Over a year, that small investment can build a bond that provides support, love, and happiness, creating a network of strength in times of need. Building momentum. The beauty of applying the 80-20 principle is that each small victory creates momentum. When you experience the success that comes from focusing on the right tasks, your confidence grows, making it easier to continue prioritizing high-impact actions. This creates a positive feedback loop, where success begets further success. Action step: keep a success journal where you note down high-impact tasks completed and the resulting benefits. This practice will reinforce your commitment to the 80-20 mindset and help you stay focused on what truly matters. Your 80-20 journey. Adopting the 80-20 principle is not merely a one-time event, it is an ongoing journey of discovery, adaptation, and growth. As you move forward, consider the following key elements to commit to this journey fully. Continual learning and adaptation. The world is constantly changing, and so are your circumstances, goals, and priorities. Regularly reassess your application of the 80-20 principle. Are you still focusing on the right 20%? As new challenges and opportunities arise, be willing to pivot and adjust your focus accordingly. Action step: schedule periodic reviews, monthly or quarterly, of your goals and activities. Evaluate your current priorities and make necessary adjustments to ensure that you remain aligned with the principle. Deepening your understanding. Take time to delve deeper into the research and literature surrounding the 80-20 principle. This knowledge can provide you with new strategies and insights that enhance your application of the principle. Action step: engage with communities or forums where the 80-20 principle is discussed. This interaction can spark new ideas and help you learn from others' experiences. Cultivating an 80-20 mindset. Embrace the mindset that prioritizes quality over quantity. This involves not only recognizing the tasks that yield the most significant results but also maintaining a broader perspective on how you allocate your time and resources. Action step: practice mindfulness to become more aware of where you invest your energy. Ask yourself, does this activity contribute meaningfully to my goals? If not, consider how you might reallocate that time. Living in alignment with the 80-20 mindset. The ultimate goal of applying the 80-20 principle is to create a life that feels balanced, fulfilling, and aligned with your values. By eliminating unnecessary tasks and focusing on what brings the most joy and impact, you can experience a remarkable shift in your overall quality of life. Here are several strategies to help you live in alignment with the 80-20 mindset. Prioritizing core values. Identify and articulate your core values, those beliefs that guide your decisions and actions. When your daily activities align with your values, you will find more satisfaction and motivation in your pursuits. The 80-20 principle helps to streamline your focus toward those activities that resonate with your fundamental beliefs. Action step: create a values statement for yourself. List your top 5 values and evaluate your current activities against these values to ensure you are living in alignment. Designing a life of intention. Mindlessly drifting through life leads to stress and burnout. Instead, consciously design your life by prioritizing activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. The 80-20 principle provides a framework to make intentional decisions about how you spend your time. Action step: use visualization techniques to imagine your ideal life. Identify the high-impact actions necessary to get there and prioritize these in your daily schedule. Creating space for reflection. Reflection is critical in recognizing the benefits of adopting the 80-20 principle. Taking time to reflect on your experiences, achievements, and areas for improvement helps reinforce the mindset. Action step: establish a regular reflection practice, whether it's through journaling, meditation, or discussions with a mentor. Use this time to analyze what's working, what's not, and how you can adapt your approach moving forward. Final encouragement: embracing simplicity, focus, and intentionality. As you embark on your journey of mastering the 80-20 principle, remember that the path is as significant as the destination. Embrace simplicity by letting go of unnecessary commitments, focus on what truly matters, and live with intentionality in every aspect of your life. This journey is not merely about achieving more with less effort, it is about creating a life that is rich in experiences, connections, and fulfillment. The power of the 80-20 principle lies in its ability to transform your perspective, allowing you to see the beauty and potential in focusing on the vital few rather than being overwhelmed by the trivial many. In conclusion, may you cultivate an effortless excellence that resonates through your work, relationships, finances, health, and personal growth. Embrace the 80-20 mindset as a guiding light, illuminating the path toward a life of high reward and low stress. Your commitment to this principle will empower you to live more fully, enjoy the present moment, and create the life you truly desire. The journey ahead is filled with possibilities. Step into it with confidence and a renewed sense of purpose.